Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here. Welcome back to Master Detective Archives Rain Code. Thank you so much for joining me here on stream. Welcome everyone. Kieran, congratulations on being first. Hey Willful, hey Aru, hey Sai, thank you so much for stopping by and joining me here. I really appreciate it. First of all, today is July 7th, so if you're watching this live, that is the date. If you're watching this on YouTube, that is not the date. But today we reached YouTube Partner on YouTube. Oh, hey Felix, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. So if you don't know, YouTube recently changed their requirements for the partner program. Normally you'd need 1,000 subs alongside other things like view time, etc. But they recently lowered it to 500 subs. The biggest difference is if you're at the 500 sub mark, then you only have access to channel memberships and super chats. You don't get monetization on your ads until you reach 1,000 subs like normal. But it's nice because the rollout took a while, so they weren't releasing it all at once for everyone. They were releasing it in waves, and I've met that requirement for a while now, and I was waiting for them to get to me, and so they finally got to me yesterday, and I had to fill out my application, and now we're officially channel partner on YouTube, which is exciting. But at the moment, I don't plan on opening channel memberships or super chats, mostly because, you know, I don't really like getting money directly from viewers. Like on Twitch, I don't have a choice with subs and bits. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really appreciate it that you guys are so willing to help support me, and it's very, very sweet. You know, Twitch, you need to do it with affiliates to have your own channel emotes and other things, so there's no real way around it. But on YouTube, you know, I don't plan to turn it on right now because I'd rather just get money indirectly, like through ads, than directly. I don't know, that's just my personal philosophy right now. Not that I would get much from ads anyways, but I do not plan to open up channel memberships on YouTube yet. Who knows, maybe in the future if I come up with a good idea for stuff. But for now, that's not a thing. So the whole partner on YouTube thing is more like a title or a status for now, at least until maybe one day I'll reach 1,000 subs, and then we can monetize ads. And I'm very, very grateful for everyone's support. So thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Hey Ash, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, thank you everyone. I'm very grateful to all of you for helping to make that happen. So we are here playing Master Detective Archives. We are going to do the Mystery Labyrinth for Chapter 3. We did the Chapter 3 investigation last stream. And, you know, I made fun of the game a lot. I mean, I'm still going to make fun of the game. That's not going to change. But, you know, I made fun of it a lot in the last chapter because the characters were doing a lot of things that were very illogical, in my opinion. But the fact of the matter is, I actually don't know how this mystery is going to unfold. Unlike Chapter 0, Chapter 1, and Chapter 2, I'm actually going into this Mystery Labyrinth without much idea of what actually happened, which is, I'm hoping it means that this mystery is actually going to be good. I have a couple, like, small theories, but they're not really backed by any evidence. Oh! Oh, Sai, thank you so much for all the frogs. Welcome, thank you. So, I'm kind of interested to see how this mystery goes. I mean, I think it's easy for me to point a finger at a suspect and be like, I think it's this person, but I really can't rationalize or explain why at the moment, so that will be interesting. So I'm hoping this is actually kind of interesting. We'll see if the game starts picking up here. Either way, I'm eager to get into it. So, let's get started. And of course, we're joined by Fubuki. Oh, we have to go over the whole, like, we have to explain it to her again. We have to watch Shinigami barf out the clues and pull the sword out from her mouth. All the usual silly things. And again, Fubuki, I thought she'd really, really annoy me, but she is not annoying me as much as I thought. Mostly because Shinigami is being more annoying, so...
Ow! This happens every time. There's gotta be a better way.
Yuma, it appears we are witnesses to a historical moment.
Huh?
I never would have imagined discovering an advanced civilization underneath Kanai Ward. There must be treasures sought by adventurers deep inside. Oh, if I had known this was here, I would have brought along a whip and hat.
Fubuki? We're not underneath Kanai Ward.
Here, let me explain it all to you, even though you're probably not going to remember any of this or understand any of this, Fubuki.
And that's what happened.
Probably even less so than Tetsuhiko.
That's it!
Huh?
This is exactly the adventure I have been seeking. Hidden treasure inside a labyrinth. Traps blocking our way. Dangerous monsters. This labyrinth is the adventure I was born to take on.
I think that's a bit of an exaggeration.
Does she really not get it? Well, that figures. So, you must be the god of darkness possessing Yuma. You got it all wrong. I'm not the god of darkness. I'm the god of death.
She's like our guide for the mystery labyrinth.
Right. If you defy me, I'll abandon you in here. I see. You're the guide to hell that dwells in the labyrinth. So you are the god of darkness. Then you are plotting to interfere with us. I will not yield to you.
She doesn't get it at all.
It's like she's not listening. This is why I hate naive, sheltered skanks. Naive? Calling me a skank is one thing, but sheltered?
That's where you draw the line, Fubuki? You don't mind being called a skank, but you don't like being called sheltered when you are very obviously sheltered?
Yuma, I swear I shall conquer this labyrinth. I cannot abide this vulgar god of darkness calling me naive and sheltered.
Fubuki, please, calm down.
Anyway, Master, let's do it again. We've got to put on a fiercer display than ever before for this sheltered skank.
Great, so in the last chapter we got Shinigami calling Kurumi the flat-chested Uggo, and then now we've got her calling Fubuki the sheltered and naive skank for the whole chapter. That's gonna be our running thing, isn't it, Shinigami?
Fiercer than usual?
Fubuki, just a heads up. Please don't take anything you're about to see in a weird way.
Yuma, that's a very tall order for anyone.
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
She looks so horrified. Does she have to make that sound when he pulls the sword out and reaches in? Does she have to make that sound?
The god of darkness was concealing a weapon all along. And yet, Yuma, you have disarmed the god of darkness and stolen her weapon.
Yeah, let's go with that, Fubuki. That's easier to explain.
Master, we don't have time to deal with this. Just chop her up with a solution blade.
Honestly, that sounds better, too.
Absolutely not!
Yeah, I definitely think Shinigami's the type of person that if she was in high school, she would make fun of every other girl to make herself feel better. That is 100% her.
Here, I spat out the solution keys for you. You were smuggling that many keys on you? You must be a serial burglar, god of darkness. Your crimes are far worse than I first imagined. Seriously, you're such a dumb, sheltered skank. How do you hope to clear the mystery labyrinth like this? You called me sheltered again.
There, calm down.
I refuse. I do not like conflict, but I will not stand idly by while being insulted.
Hey Ryuji, welcome to the stream. What'd you just walk in on? Very difficult to explain, that is what it is.
For the honor of the Clockford family name, I must fight.
We are now desensitized to all the weird stuff in this game.
Sheesh, give me a break.
Now, let's unriddle this mystery labyrinth. Our target is the true culprit who preys on the truth.
Again, I mean, the game will find some way of explaining it, but solving this labyrinth, how is it gonna get us out of our predicament in the real world?
I will not lose to the god of darkness.
Unless the culprit is the Peacekeepers.
I will conquer this labyrinth sealed in shadow and find the hidden treasure deep within.
This doesn't look very promising.
Yeah, we also need to organize our skills when they give us a chance.
What? I can see numbers.
Well, that's not good.
It looks like a countdown. I told you 1,000,000 times. The mystery labyrinth is the materialized form of the case from the real world.
What if I just left... I know they're probably not gonna have a real timer in the game, but what if I just left that timer on the screen and just let it tick down for the full 2 hours and 52 minutes? Would it actually hit 0?
Maybe this is a recreation of the countdown timer that caused you such a headache.
You mean the bomb? Then if the timer reaches 0...
It'll go kaboom! You and the whole mystery labyrinth will be blown to smithereens!
What's funny about that?
Did you set up the bomb in this labyrinth? I see. A dirty trick, befitting the god of darkness. Yuma, we must hurry. If we take too much time, the labyrinth will collapse, along with the treasure inside.
Oh, now you have a sense of urgency. You didn't have a sense of urgency in the real world.
Let us make all haste to obtain the treasure and escape via waterfall out of the destroyed dungeon.
Wait! It's not safe!
Okay, let's buy some abilities. I have 4. I have 8 SP. That costs 4. Honestly, this one and... Okay. Honestly, this one and this one seem the most useful. Just removing extra garbage that we don't need. Hey Itsuki, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. Also, I totally forgot that there's case files for this game. But there's like profiles. We should actually look at some of these.
Get the job, burn it into your brain.
Let's have a quick glance at these. We have Yuma. Oh, it actually updates. So there's a paragraph here for after solving the Aetheria Academy case. And Shinigami. Oh, there's a second entry for her. Talent, flair for negotiation. We still don't know Vivia's forte, because assuming he's our partner for the next chapter. Nothing about number 1. Oh, right. These guys. I'm really curious if these guys come back in like the DLC or something. Like, they are all featured on the box art, and if that's a fake out, then fine, but why do a fake out with like 5 characters? I wonder if Swank's gonna come back too, because I don't think he died. He just retreated. My favorite character, boy. Apparently one of the loading screen tips shows his name. Which is kind of weird again, why don't they give him a name? Especially since we know his last name, because we found out his dad's name. Priest. Well, it even tells us what happened. After the priest's death following the Nailman incident, she's been managing the church by herself. We have the girls. Talent. Dieting. Okay, so this is my theory, or at least not so much a theory, but I'm just gonna say this. I think Icardi has to be the one behind it. At the very least, he is involved. The fact that the area is flooded right now, I don't know if he plans to swim in and rob the bank, or it could be swimming and sneaking into the power plant. But I think that definitely has something. The flooding in that last zone has to be part of their plan, and he's the swimmer. Now, I don't know if Servan is an accomplice, or if maybe he did it unwittingly, but I think it'd be very hard. At least the bomb thing is definitely his handiwork, because there's no way anyone else would have put the bombs inside the thing. So I don't know if he's an accomplice or if he is the culprit. It's hard to believe that Iruka's not involved. Now, I don't think Shachi... I mean, obviously Shachi didn't shoot himself. I don't think he got sniped, just because I don't think the game would write something like that without any evidence. At the very least, someone shot him, but someone also planted the gun in his right hand, which we know is incorrect. And I don't remember when the explosion on the floor beneath us happened. They could have done that and then like somehow retreated down into that hole that got exploded out, but I don't really know how that would work. I don't think Margalaw's involved, at least not on purpose, just because he gave us so many clues. It wouldn't make sense for him to sell out his teammates and give us clues if he was directly involved, and he wouldn't be waiting at his shop either. So I think at the very least Icardi and Servan are involved, if not Icardi, Servan, and Iruka. But again, I'm not really sure what to make of it, unless it's some twist involving the Peacekeepers, or something involving Shachi himself, but we don't really have that many clues, at least for the piecing it together right now. least that's okay. That's kind of just what I wanted to get out of the way first. Do you think I'd be able to work as a detective with Yuma and the crew minus Shinigami? I think minus Shinigami, I definitely would be able to do it. Especially since everyone else seems kind of incompetent, except for their abilities.
Jeez. It's too dangerous for Fubuki to go alone.
I mean, I know being a detective in real life is nothing like it is in fiction, but I think I'd be good at a fictional detective at least.
Although, maybe not. She could use her ability in an emergency.
Oh, I should let you know. Forties can't be used in here.
Huh? Really?
That sheltered skank is just tagging along inside the mystery labyrinth. She won't be able to use her abilities.
Right, I forgot I can walk during this part.
Oh, now I'm worried. Let's hurry after her.
Yeah, I really wish he had more freedom to move around in the mystery labyrinth. I know the game like guides us to solving the mystery in a step-by-step process, but and there are some branches like choosing which door to go through, but it'd be nice if you actually had like real choices. I think it would make it a little bit more engaging. Are you okay, Fubuki? Are you stuck in something? Oh, you're surrounded by cues.
Fubuki?
Oh, Yuma, take a look at this. These cute creatures and I have become the best of friends.
Those are cues. It's a materialized mystery. She's already buried beneath them.
Oh, another round oddity over here?
How do you say your name? Ghislaine? She's so tiny compared to him. Dominic.
A phantom.
Found you!
Ghislaine? I can't remember how she said her name.
You're a terrorist, bomber, murderer, and a maggot who doesn't deserve to live. You murdered Shachi from the Resistance, didn't you? Killing your own people makes you dumber than Dominic.
I didn't do it! When I got to the roof, Shachi was already dead!
I can't hear you. Sorry, I don't listen to criminals. How horrifying. So these are the Labyrinth's monsters? You summoned such dangerous creatures to block our path? Think what you want, but you can't move forward until you boom kill these things. Let us do it, Yuma. Hey, Dominic. You're good at doing laundry, right? Grab a washboard and give their filthy hearts a good scrub.
Can't get over how tiny she is. Oh sweet, I only have one clue because of my ability.
Just admit it.
I'll make these things easier.
And that's for shooting Shachi on the hideout's roof. How terrible of you to shoot an ally. You even planted the gun on his corpse. All to make it look like a suicide. With no witnesses up there.
Oh, that's not what you want? I mean, I guess my camera proof just corroborates that claim. It doesn't actually refute it.
Right.
Just admit it.
Okay, let's fast forward these. I didn't tuck in time. Oh. Wait, I got hit by the noise? I didn't know I could get hit by the noise.
You did as you pleased. Go die and be reborn already, okay? Say.
But
Okay, so you want me to actually do one of those?
Just admit it. Confess to shooting Shachi on the hideout's roof.
truth! No, I'm not the one who shot him! I was still on the stairs when the gunshot went off! The security footage proves it!
Yeah, I like how they just, like, once you refute their claim, they just disappear. They don't argue back.
Monsters retreated.
Or the few times they do, it's not really much of an argument.
Yuma, you defeated those monsters! Splendid!
Which again, makes it less exciting than
adventurer.
the trials from Danganronpa and Ace Attorney.
As a sign of my respect, may I call you the Warrior of Light?
I'm a Warrior of Light too?
Warrior of Light? Sure, whatever you say.
Great, now
Let's
Yuma's
keep
a
going.
Final Fantasy XIV character.
By the way, Yuma, why were they accusing you of being the culprit?
Oh yeah, Fubuki, you don't remember
Oh yeah,
the case.
Fubuki, you're stupid, so I forgot that
There
you
was
just
a
forgot the
murder,
case.
And I'm a suspect.
There's no way the Warrior of Light can be a murderer.
I was seen under incriminating circumstances. Not only was I a suspected terrorist, but I was also spotted next to a corpse.
I mean,
on the
technically,
roof of a
you
building.
were a terrorist, you just were
Was there no
not
one
privy to
else
what you were
somehow?
doing.
No one. There was nowhere to hide up there, and no other exits.
Well, that does sound awfully suspicious, Yuma. Things would go much easier if you'd just confess.
I told you I didn't do it! Whoa, what's happening?
I understand now. This place is going to sink very soon.
I know that!
I can float, so it's not a problem for me. But you two better figure something out quick.
I know that too! We just need to solve the mystery, right?
Come on, Master, concentrate!
What murder weapon was used in this case?
This way!
That was quite the surprise.
See, it's like, we got this like quick action sequence, but there was only one question, so it just ended right away, and then we got the calm music again. It didn't really last anything.
Fubuki, let's go up there.
Huh? You mean jump on it?
It's alright, we should be fine. Come on, Fubuki! What's wrong? You need to jump over here!
I am not very good at physical activity.
Well, maybe you need to hone that so you can use your forte better in the real world.
I cannot do it. I lack the confidence.
Fubuki, you're an adventurer, aren't you? You should be able to jump this.
From adventurer to warrior of light. Can Shinigami just float and grab her? Like, in case 1, Shinigami pulled Halara out through the window, right? So Shinigami should be capable of that.
Very well. I shall reach out as far as possible. Please catch me if I fail to make it.
Or she could just jump in the water and let the current take her an extra couple feet, and then have Yuma pull her up from the ladder from there. Well, that didn't work. Oh, see, like this, exactly what I said. Wow, what an action-packed
That was
sequence.
close.
It's too
That was so
early to
riveting.
relax. Come on, keep going!
I'm glad we spent 5 minutes doing this.
Thank you, Yuma. Something is off. I attempted to rewind time, but was unable to.
About that, you can't use your abilities while inside the mystery labyrinth.
Huh? Is this the work of the God of Darkness? Her frightening power has sealed away my forte?
So you finally noticed.
I wish you'd quit trying to make things worse.
With your precious powers gone, you're nothing but a hindrance in this labyrinth. Now stay put and keep out of trouble.
Hindrance?
About the murder weapon, the victim was killed by his own gun, right?
Yeah, the muzzle of the gun at the crime scene was still hot, and I could smell gunpowder. Out of the 6 bullets loaded in it, only one of them had an empty shell, which means the bullet that killed Shachi absolutely came from the gun he was holding.
Well, I wouldn't say absolutely, but we don't really have any evidence that would corroborate otherwise, so... It's not unequivocal evidence, it's just circumstantial.
Fubuki?
I am a hindrance.
What, still thinking about that? You should have known that already. You can't solve mysteries, you can't use your abilities, you can barely move, you've got no courage, no resolve. So yeah, you're basically a hindrance, an obstacle. Now beat it before you drag Master down with you.
Mao should have got me. You woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I mean, I don't really like Fubuki, but I'm not this mean to her. I mean, I know this is probably just for character development, but...
Fubuki, are you okay?
I am fine. I can stand on my own. Yuma, I am terribly sorry. From here on, I shall make an effort to not cause you any trouble.
You don't have to worry about it. If anything stands in our way, we'll work together to overcome it.
No, this is something I must do on my own. I must become strong enough to take on the world before I can return to the Clockford family.
Okay, you just said you wouldn't be a hindrance, and now you're going ahead without us, and you're probably gonna get into trouble again.
Hey, looks like she's getting motivated. Sometimes playing the bad guy gets results.
Playing? But you're always like this.
I am curious. Are you really a detective in training, Yuma? You seem far more experienced with adventuring than I am. You even have the title of Warrior of Light.
Well, you're the one that gave me the title.
Who gave me that title, Fubuki?
Master's an expert at getting dragged into other people's business. He's been forced around the block a few times. He's got a great mentor, too.
In contrast, I have nothing besides the ability to wind back time.
Yeah, how did you pass the Master Detective
My
test?
only merit is useless here.
Did you just keep rewinding time until you got all the answers right or something? Surely they have more than just a multiple choice test though, right? Or they were just like, oh, her forte's so good, we can't not recruit her.
Too bad, so sad. You're not gonna make it through here.
And how did she even get to Shinai Ward without dying? I mean, maybe we'll find out in the DLC case.
You're getting real annoying. It's starting to stress me out. Master, help me unwind by turning them into mincemeat.
So, the gunshot wound on Chachi's body, the open wounds are almost parallel. So it's showing that the bullet went through his head. And then Chachi's gun designed by Iruka. Okay.
And if you didn't fire the gun, a friend could have done it for you. You
Ow.
ordered your accomplice.
Why did I say Shinai Ward? It's Shinai Ward.
Snipe Shachi from someplace else. Your accomplice threw the gun over to you.
What?
Say,
Huh?
Okay, I think I just have. I think I'm waiting until they have
Even if
another
you didn't fire the gun,
sentence. It's like sometimes I don't know if they're gonna have another sentence or not.
Could've done it for you. You ordered your accomplice to snipe Shachi from someplace else. Your accomplice threw the gun over to you. You planted it in Shachi's hand. That was your magic master plan. Huh? Where was the shot taken?
Oh, see, this is what I'm waiting for. See, I wasn't sure if they were done talking yet.
One spot where the shot could have been made. You shot from the roof of the building next door.
That's what I need.
Flash through this mystery. The neighboring building didn't have any windows, so the only way to shoot the victim was from the rooftop.
What order should you play the Phoenix Wright games after you play the first game? Well, you should play the second game. The Phoenix Wright games go in order, so you should play them all in order. The Great Ace Attorney is like a side series, so you can kind of slip that one in whenever. But if you just want to get the Phoenix Wright story, just play them all in order.
But that building was taller than the hideout. If the victim was sniped from that height, the gunshot wound would have been at an angle. But the gunshot wound through his head was horizontal. Based on the gunshot wounds, it's impossible for the bullet to have traveled from the roof of the neighboring building.
Okay, we haven't really learned anything from these reasoning death matches yet. I guess we're just ruling out possibilities. I still think it'd be very possible for someone to snipe him through those boarded up windows, but we're just not going to talk about that apparently.
I get it. Since the wound ran parallel to the roof, the shooter must have been at the same height.
Well, it could be that the victim's head was at an angle at the time of impact. But in that case, we would have found the bullet lodged in the roof.
The monster conjures falsehoods to impede our progress.
I mean, I know we had enough time technically, but you wouldn't be able to find a bullet on the rooftop that easily if you were time limited, but whatever.
It's strange that they insist it was a homicide. If I'm not the culprit, it'd make more sense to rule it as a suicide.
That's because it is one. They're insisting it's a homicide to cover it up.
Yeah, so you should play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and then Justice for All, and then Trials and Tribulations. And then after that, it'll be the Apollo trilogy, quote-unquote trilogy, Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, and Spirit of Justice. The Edgeworth side games are a side game that kind of happens after Trials and Tribulations, but those ones aren't very... Unless you have a physical copy now, it's kind of hard to play those ones, and then Great Ace Attorney is just a side series. But honestly, I think Great Ace Attorney is better than the regular Phoenix Wright series.
So you finally revealed your true nature, God of Darkness.
Huh?
Yuma, do not be swayed by this deceiver. This case is most assuredly a homicide.
Assuredly. And what are you basing that on?
The victim carried a gun, did he not? If so, he could have used it to combat the peacekeepers pursuing him. And yet, he hastily turned the gun on himself. I do not believe the victim was so cornered that he would commit suicide.
That actually makes sense.
Are you trying to be useful,
Point.
Fubuki?
Even if he wanted to avoid using his gun, he could have at least used it to threaten them.
So it must be a homicide.
No! Suicide!
Homicide!
Suicide!
Is that our choice here?
There are 2 doors?
Do we finally get to do the thing where we pick one door and then we go through and then we find out the path is actually wrong partway through and then we have to go back and get another clue? Like in the first case? Also, someone pointed this out to me, but like... Okay, all the blood that comes from the dead bodies is pink, right? But then how come the blood that splatters the walls when she
The
cuts
letters
Yuma
are
is red?
Written in blood. Does Yuma's blood contain holy powers? And it illuminates this cursed labyrinth? Yuma, you are more than the warrior of light. You are the holy warrior of light.
Like, I know the pink blood is like censorship, and then I guess they don't need to censor this one, but it's weird that they're not consistent with it. That's what I'm trying to say.
Sure, that's fine. Let's focus on this problem. Is this a suicide or a homicide? We need to narrow it down now.
It is clearly a homicide.
Nuh-uh! It's totally a suicide!
Why is Shinigami taking the stance of suicide, though? That's what I don't get. I mean, obviously we need someone to refute Fubuki's claim, but... I mean, what they're gonna do is they're gonna say it's a homicide because the gun is a lefty and he was holding it in his right hand. I mean, it's not the best proof, but it's the best proof we have in this game. It's not airtight, but...
Right here! I'm sure this is the right way.
I knew it! This case had to be a homicide.
If it was a homicide, someone else had to have been on the roof, right? But Master, you were on the emergency stairwell, and the peacekeepers were behind the door. Which means no one could have gotten off that roof. How did the culprit shoot the victim and get away? See? If it wasn't a suicide, then what happened? You better explain yourself.
Very well, I shall. I completely agree with what Yuma said.
I didn't say anything.
So what do you think, Master?
You mean why I think it's a homicide? I don't really have a solid reason why yet. We're trapped!
We're about to be a pancake.
Oh no! The walls!
Come on, spit it out. The mystery labyrinth won't wait forever, you know.
Oh, please don't make me do the barrel game now.
I know, but
Yuma!
if it was in fact a homicide, there would be some clue left behind at the crime scene. If I can just remember something.
Oh, is she gonna punch me back into the crime scene?
Oh, like this?
We haven't used this since chapter 0.
Here, this is everything left at the scene. This should be easy mode. I made sure to pull everything straight out of your memory, Master.
I'm sure there's a clue pointing to a homicide hidden here.
We do not have much time. Please hurry, Yuma.
There must be something suspicious, something that stands out. There has
Yeah,
to
the
be a
gun
clue.
is a lefty and he was
I have to
holding it in his
find
right
it.
hand. Oh, I thought they were gonna let me walk around, not give me a menu.
I know, it's this! This has to be related to the murder.
Oh, the wall stopped. Looks like it's the right one.
That is the gun that fired the fatal shot, right? But how can you determine it was a homicide?
I mean, he could have been ambidextrous and we wouldn't have known it.
There's something unique about this gun. A revolver cylinder normally swings out to the left, but the gun found at the scene swings out to the right.
I see. That is unusual. It is incredible how you even noticed it. You really are the holy great detective warrior of light, Yuma.
It got even longer. Oh well, anyway. This gun was apparently custom made for Shachi.
The junk shop geezer said that too. How does that prove this was a homicide?
I don't know anything else about it. I just figured this was kinda out of place.
Oh, come on, Yuma, use your brain. You're halfway there. The labyrinth was like, oh, you got it by chance? Well, here we go.
Of course. You haven't solved the mystery itself.
Yuma, over there! Could you try shooting it with the gun?
Yeah, I'm no marksman. Oh, But it could work inside the mystery labyrinth. If this gun is the answer... Huh? It's not loaded?
If you can't shoot it, then you're still missing something.
Something? Do you mean like why I think this gun is out of place? I can't shoot the gun until I figure that out?
Well, Yuma, did you solve it?
Yeah, let's just stand around here chatting.
Why was Shachi's gun built like this in the first place? The reason why must be relevant.
Are you saying you need my help to solve this?
We're gonna do the barrel game, aren't we?
Fine. Since you're so good at begging, I don't mind helping you out one bit. Here we go! Lay it all out!
Yeah, let's just do the barrel thing while we're about to get skewered. And you know, Shinigami telling us that she's gonna do the barrel thing to help us implies that she already knows the answer, so... Let's see how they want me to word it this time. Hey Amai, welcome to the stream, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I know you're playing this game too, so yeah, feel free to lurk for spoiler reasons, I understand. Okay, so the word left, what am I looking for?
Let's work together as
You could tell, okay, here. ACB, welcome to the stream.
great!
Thanks for coming by.
Great!
It's not what it looks like. This is very relevant to solving the mystery. This girl in a bikini sitting in a barrel, revealing her clothes, and then beaming a beam of love is totally relevant to solving this mystery. Don't you worry, guys.
That's it! It's because he was left-handed!
See, again, like, we're kind of in a desperate situation here, and the music is so chill.
The reason the cylinder swings out to the right is to let him reload while still holding the gun in his left hand.
Just shoot it already, Yuma.
If he was right-handed, it would be very difficult to reload if the cylinder swings out to the right.
Yeah, it looks to be Shinigami enjoys using the barrel game for a bit of exhibitionism. You're right, you're right.
If Shachi was right-handed, he wouldn't have commissioned his gun to be designed this way. Which means Shachi is left-handed.
Yeah, just shoot it already, Yuma.
Look, the exit! You did it, Yuma!
Oh, it worked.
All thanks to yours truly.
No, it is thanks to Yuma's deduction.
Thank you for the frog, CB.
What? But we'd all be flattened by now if it wasn't for my assist.
I will never believe the God of Darkness could willingly lend a helping hand.
Sure, say what you want. Anyway, let's hurry. Countdown is still going.
Right. It looks like the number's gone down by a lot.
You were so close to figuring out this mystery. Let's hurry it up, Master.
Yeah, got it.
Again, what if I just pause there and let the timer continue going? Because it seemed like it only disappeared when I clicked.
Look, another monster!
Alrighty, we're here as your official roadblock. Huh? You want to know why? Because the homicide route ends here. That Shachi terrorist committed suicide. After all. Right, Dominic?
You kept insisting it was a homicide earlier, but now you're going with the suicide theory?
These monsters are cheaters!
Maybe they're cheaters because they're monsters.
Are you defending the monsters? Curse you, God of Darkness! Queen of monsters!
I'm not defending them. I can't even follow this whole monsters and God of Darkness story you have going.
Now's not the time to be fighting!
Oh, but it is the time to be fighting. Oh, it's a repel sequence. What?
That wasn't it!
Watch carefully for what the opponent says.
Oh,
Select the part you
I
wanna
thought that in a
investigate.
repel sequence you just slash everything that's blue.
Got it.
Bad luck. Looks like it's a dead end. You can't proceed. Because it wasn't a homicide. Shachi definitely committed suicide.
That claim doesn't hold up! No! Shachi didn't commit suicide! All the evidence points to the contrary!
You know you're super annoying, right? Fine. I'll crush you like a bug. So what if the gun was designed for the left hand? You can still shoot yourself. Shachi shot himself with the gun in his dominant hand.
This is the truth!
I mean, she's right. He could still have used his right hand, but
Shachi was left-handed, but he was found dead with the gun in his right hand.
because it's improbable, but it's not impossible.
There's no reason he'd use his non-dominant hand to commit suicide. It's an obvious contradiction. When the culprit tried to make it appear like a suicide, they put the gun in the wrong hand. Which means someone else was involved in Shachi's death. This death was a setup. It's a homicide.
I mean, his reasoning makes sense, but it's not airtight, which is why we have to use a mystery labyrinth and not a courtroom, because it would never hold up.
You managed once again to slay the monsters. That confirms it. The homicide route was the correct one.
Seems like it. I guess I can admit defeat here.
Huh? The God of Darkness admitting defeat? Perhaps she has an honest side. No! It cannot be! Could this be an illusion she conjured forth?
You know, I don't really care, so long as we keep solving mysteries. Just keep helping my master out for a bit longer.
Let's carry on for now.
Again, we've clarified some things, we haven't really solved anything yet. We've been in here for like, getting close to an hour. I mean, I know I spent a bunch of that just looking through the case files, but...
The culprit made a pretty cliche mistake getting the victim's dominant hand wrong.
So then I guess I mean, it's definitely not going to be Iruka being the culprit, because she made the gun, so she knows that he's left-handed. She would not have made that mistake.
Perhaps the culprit doesn't know that Shachi's custom gun was designed for someone left-handed. Shachi rarely carried his gun, so they probably never saw him hold it.
Huh, why would he go through the trouble of getting a custom gun that he never intended to use? Deep down, do you think he was just like any other violent terrorist?
Maybe the gun was a gift.
A gift? From whom?
A woman named Iruka manages the Resistance's weapons. She was the one who designed it.
Gifting a gun is so romantic. It delights my adventurer's heart.
It does?
Well, thanks to the culprit's mistake, we now know this was a homicide. But we still have a lot of unanswered questions.
They don't seem alarmed to be falling down this gutter. Where did the culprit shoot the victim from?
The location where the culprit shot Shachi.
Yep. Even if this case is a homicide, that's still a mystery.
But if you know it was, in fact, a homicide, then the answer has to be here. I have no idea what it could be, but I am confident that you can discover the answer. For you are he who tames the god of darkness, holy great detective warrior of light Yuma.
Great, we're gonna have such a long title by the end of this.
How long is my name going to get?
So we already ruled out the roof of the building next door. It has to be within the roof of the hideout. Now this boat moves so slowly.
Right here!
That was the right answer, but if he was shot on the roof, doesn't that mean the culprit was also on the roof?
The culprit placed the gun in Shachi's hand to make it look like a suicide. That means they had to be there in person. The culprit was definitely on that roof.
But Yuma, you said nobody was there when you arrived.
That's what we have to figure out now. When I heard the shot, I was halfway up the emergency stairs. It took about 10 seconds to reach the roof. And in that time, the culprit vanished like a cloud of smoke from the scene.
Again, when did the explosion go off? It was after the gunshot, right? I don't remember when the explosion happened.
Where could the murderer have gone?
This is...
We're back at the crime scene.
Follow the culprit's escape route?
You need to escape in the same way the culprit did after committing the crime.
I mean, it has to be from down here where the hole is, right?
Though it is fairly high, would it not be possible to climb down from here on a rope or ladder?
There's nowhere to hang something like that onto. Plus, from this height, it'd take a while to get all the way down like that. It'd be tough for someone to get down and gather their equipment in the short time it took me to reach the roof.
You probably couldn't jump down onto a mat from this height either. You'd die no matter how you landed.
Yeah, but those explosion in the hole. Because they didn't go this way, because the key, it was still locked behind them, and they didn't go down the staircase. So it had to be, I guess they're telling me it's a neighboring building? How would they get, I mean... From here?
Is it easier to imagine using a rope or some other tool to escape to the
Or are they
main
trying to get me to rule out all four of these? Like, all four of these are wrong.
Or perhaps they used a hot air balloon. The culprit must be quite the adventurous thrill-seeker.
But those high voltage lines would get in the way. You'd never reach the next building without touching them.
Oh, so the culprit is not an adventurer?
That's what you're disappointed about?
I think they want me to rule out everything.
Is it easier to imagine that the criminals simply went back inside through this door?
No, that's impossible. At the time of the incidents, the peacekeepers were on the other side of it.
I see. If the culprit had gone inside through here, they would have been apprehended by those peacekeepers.
Well, it's safe to say this wasn't the escape route.
so the culprit escaped via the emergency stairs. As the culprit was in a state of emergency, it is only natural that they would make use of emergency stairs.
Wait. Master was up ahead, right? There's no way the culprit could have escaped without bumping into him.
What are you saying? Yuma is right here, is he not?
I mean, when the crime happened. Jeez, this sheltered skank and her empty head are killing me.
Yet again! You called me sheltered!
Hey, I'm just telling it like it is.
Sheltered this,
Head
sheltered
and a
that.
burden. You're sheltered in a
I
skank.
have never even
By the way,
seen a
when are you
shelter,
gonna start
let alone
trying?
been in one.
Aren't you?
Skate is acceptable, but
gonna be a
sheltered
little soon.
crosses the line. Please stop calling me that. I have had enough.
I was wondering how long that would go on. I like how she says skank is acceptable, but sheltered is drawing the line.
I don't know if the culprit realized I was there. The footage from the security camera positioned here didn't show anybody around, which makes it hard to imagine that the culprit escaped from here.
Yuma, this is bad. We have reviewed all the possible escape routes.
Hey Hakaze, welcome to the stream.
And yet, we can't figure out how the culprit got off the rooftop.
Mysteriful.
This isn't funny! At this rate, we'll run out of time!
What are we supposed to do?
There's no other way besides finding the culprit's escape route. That's how it is in the Mystery Labyrinth.
Where are the entrances for cast members and the hidden entryways for maintenance crews?
This isn't an attraction at some theme park.
I mean, what if there is a hidden exit? I mean, I know it's against Umineko rules, but it's definitely within the realm of possibility here. What if the umbrella helps you open up some secret exit?
Well then, why do you hunt Yuma if you cannot even do your job and guide him? A god of darkness who cannot guide you is just a directionless god of darkness.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're a stupid, sheltered skank that's completely useless.
You called me sheltered again! How many times is that now? Let's see. After the number 3 comes...
Seriously, are you
Be
dead?
quiet, please!
Head on
You was
right
like, oh, shut up.
then. Are you gonna start being useful?
I feel much better.
Together already.
Just how many insults
What's
do
with the
you
clockwork
intend to
family
hurl
thing
at me?
anyway?
Yes, that is
For a
obvious.
long
I'm not
time,
able to
it's
use my
completely
powers here,
useless
but
in
at
the
least I
Mystery
can be by
Labyrinth, you
Yuma's
know.
side.
The culprit must have been on their roof when they committed the crime. They escaped somehow. But how? There aren't any other clues at the crime scene. Wait, if nothing was there, what if the culprit destroyed evidence?
What? Destroyed evidence? Then leave it to yours truly. I'll wring it out of your mind, Master.
You're going to recreate the crime scene again?
If you don't remember it, then I've got no choice.
I mean, the thing is, when we examined the umbrella, they didn't add the umbrella to our clues, though, but we should have.
Gentle beating this time around. So, which memory do you want beaten out of you?
When the body was discovered, when the rooftop was first entered. By who? By me? Aren't these the same, then, if it's by me?
How about when Shachi first called me up to the rooftop?
I get it. She wants to recreate it when I went to the rooftop the first time before the entire crime happened. That's what they
The
want.
culprit wouldn't have done anything to the scene yet. I can even compare it to when I found the corpse.
Alrighty, leave it to me.
What is this daunting aura I sense? What are your intentions here?
I forgot that we already went up to the roof for that.
Are you alright, Yuma?
I'm in so much pain. I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
The corpse is gone, but nothing else has really changed about this place. I believe all that happened was you were assaulted, Yuma.
Not much time passed between when you first reached the rooftop and when you discovered the corpse. If nothing changed, then there are no clues here for you to use.
Hang on. There must be something. Something that the culprit destroyed to cover their tracks.
I wrenched this memory out of your tiny brain, so you don't have much time left to look around. Your time limit is until the pain in your head goes away. You better hurry up and investigate.
Got it. I'll hurry.
What's this guy doing over here? Is that a hatch? Was this just not here earlier?
It seems like there's no place to hang a rope off of. There's nothing of note on this side of the wall. What is that? A storm drain? Has that always been there? Oh, right. The explosion. The explosion that happened right after I found the body must have buried it in rubble.
So they jumped from here into a storm drain down there and then set off the explosion to cover it? But even if you jumped into a storm drain from down there, unless you'd probably still die.
So the drain was covered after a mysterious explosion.
Find anything, Master?
Yeah, I might have found a clue that shows how the culprit escaped.
I mean, I know that this is gonna go back to like, oh, that one suspect guy, his special ability was being really good swimmer, so he could have jumped into that drain. It's gonna lead back to him, but it's still a little bit unbelievable.
Really? You did it, Yuma!
Mystery phantoms!
Chirp, 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 chirp. I was curious what all the tweeting was about. You're still fantasizing about all this nonsense?
He committed suicide! There's nobody to pursue! After all, there's no place a culprit could run to. No one can run off a rooftop!
But again, that means this culprit did this in like the span of like 5 to 10 seconds. And his body's like on the opposite side of the roof too.
No one could escape the rooftop.
But then again, apparently that first culprit, or that second culprit from chapter 1, like slid down the ladder and cut it and pulled it down really quickly. So apparently everyone's just a speed demon in this game, I guess.
Which means if you can disprove that, then we'll defeat them and press forward. What's with these weirdo fantasies? I'm saying Shachi committed suicide! You're such a maggot! There is no other culprit. No one could have left that rooftop.
That claim doesn't hold up! No, there is a culprit! And there's a way to escape from the roof, too!
Ugh, such a drag. You're still talking about that? What a downer!
It's nice that I eliminated other pieces of evidence. It's probably the most useful skill I got yet.
So, where did the culprit go? You can't escape through the roof's door. You can't escape down the emergency stairs. Or was the culprit on the roof the whole time? All impossible! See? There's simply no place to run.
I'll slash through this mystery! There is a way out. The drain directly below the rooftop.
Don't let any shady statement slip
Oh,
by.
this is new? We'll ask a riddle. Read the question carefully and counter by repelling. Oh, okay.
The train? Without it? What's that got to do with gleams from the roof? How did the culprit escape? Go ahead and try answering that.
This, I'll expose the truth. That's right. The culprit dove into the drain from the roof. That was the culprit's escape route.
Okay, so we're done with these two, I think. Then we have to fight, Cardi, I guess, is what is coming up. Okay, I mean, we've put everything together. I think I have a good idea of everything that happened. Other than the ultimate goal of all this.
But
But I mean, like, this is what I mean. This is what I've been saying the whole time. Like, actually having clues that you need to get from within the mystery labyrinth that we weren't able to get in the real world. That makes the mystery, like, just a slight degree better. And we haven't had that in Chapter 0, Chapter 1, or Chapter 2 yet. So, it took a long time for this to come. But even so, I wouldn't say it's a great mystery, because once we have this one piece solved, everything falls into place. But at least we justified going into the mystery labyrinth this time.
to leap into a storm drain from atop a roof? Is such an adventurous stunt truly possible?
I wasn't sure about that as well. But if the explosion was used to destroy evidence,
I mean, how deep is this storm drain?
I think that has to be the case. The culprit opened the storm drain's grates beforehand and jumped from the roof right after committing the crime. The Doya district was flooded, so naturally the drain would have been filled with water. Then, the culprit swam away.
And if it's a Cardi, then technically it's within the realm of possibility.
The roof that way. So the culprit used a bomb to blow up the area, which covered up the evidence of their escape.
Why? We defeated these monsters already.
The problem here was follow the culprit's escape route.
So we have to leap into the drain just like the culprit did?
I have to jump from up here? And now more drains have suddenly appeared. What is happening?
One for each of you.
Faster! You have to make up your mind and jump!
Oh, we've already jumped.
Falling!
I like how Fubuki's like spiraling. Who's the culprit? Oh.
This way! We actually made it.
I felt as if my heart would jump out of my chest. But we managed to get down.
It's not over yet. Look over there! Looks like all the suspects are here!
Must we fight all of them? Even Yuma cannot face 4 foes at once. They fled!
Then we better chase after them!
Chase scenes are common in adventures, but are you certain the culprit is among them?
There are only 2 ways the culprit could get a hold of Shachi's gun, the murder weapon. Either steal it from the safe or get it from Shachi himself. In any case, the only ones who could have done it are members of the Resistance.
Is it possible the culprit took the victim's gun by force? If so, a complete stranger could have done it.
I thought that maybe the 5-minute time limit on the safe would have played into this, but I don't
But
think
if someone
so.
tried to take his gun, I'm sure Shachi would have drawn it and threatened them.
Where am I trying to go?
If so, the culprit would have realized their target was left-handed.
I see. That would conflict with the cover-up attempted at the crime scene.
Okay, I just supposed to wander around aimlessly. Got it.
Also, the culprit issued a proclamation on behalf of the resistance against the Peacekeepers.
Look at that old man run.
At the time, I didn't understand why it was sent to the Peacekeepers. But it must have been to corner Shachi by steering the Peacekeepers toward the hideout. The culprit then ambushed him when he arrived on the roof.
Which means the culprit anticipated the target fleeing up there.
Perhaps it was a planned escape route the resistance had decided on beforehand. If they fled using the emergency stairs, it would be easy to shake off pursuers. As a matter of fact, the Peacekeepers were held up there. If he hadn't been killed, he would have escaped.
So all of it was calculated. Whoever it is, they are truly frightening.
And that culprit is among them? If we organize all the clues we've got so far, we can narrow down who the culprit is.
But how long will they keep running? At this rate, there's no end in sight.
Master, over there!
How did they get over there?
Water tank?
In here, you always find the culprit if you keep solving mysteries. So the only way to catch up to them is
What? But the culprit's gonna spawn inside the tanks.
to solve mysteries.
Huh?
Come on, let's just cut to the chase. We know who it is.
Counting on you, Master!
Got it! In order to commit this crime, the most important requirement is to be an excellent swimmer. Jumping from that height into a storm drain would also require training and experience. Maybe they had high diving experience through swimming competitions.
We finally caught up!
The truth is crystal clear. The one who murdered Shachi...
I wouldn't kill anyone!
Come on, man. You're the one that created the bombs.
I didn't kill anyone! I haven't done anything.
There's no way I could kill Shachi.
I didn't kill anyone!
It's you, Icardi! You took advantage of your swimming skills to murder Shachi!
Huh? What? No! That's insane! I'm not the culprit!
Sounds like something a culprit would say.
Oh, shit!
Oh my goodness.
I didn't kill Shachi! I'm not the culprit!
Now then why do you look like a monster, huh?
Such a foreboding presence. Is this the true identity of the final monster protecting the hidden treasure?
But most of the mystery has already been solved. This is just its last stand.
Is this mystery dungeon gonna be shorter than the other ones?
Master, let's solve this thing once and for all!
Right!
I mean, we did have an extra long investigation. Maybe that's why.
I'm not the culprit! Where's your evidence?
Oops.
resistance members. I know. Margala is the culprit. Margala shot Shachi on the roof. This is the truth.
Margala has an alibi. It's impossible for him to have done it.
If it's not Margala, then Iruka is the culprit. Iruka knows a lot about handling guns. She killed Shachi.
No, I was gonna slash it.
Look like suicide.
Hold on. There we go. Actually, that was it.
This mystery.
No, this game's not considered an RPG. It's a mystery adventure game. That's what it's called.
Iruka designed the handgun, so she knew Shachi was left-handed.
Hey, XX, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, we're getting close to the end of chapter 3. So if you prefer not to have spoilers, I do have the VODs up for the previous ones up on YouTube though.
She never would have made that mistake faking a suicide.
Yeah, it looks like a JRPG encounter, but it's
Not Iruka.
not.
But you still can't say I'm
Honestly, I wish they had real like boss fights or something. I think it'd be more fun.
The culprit is Serva! He killed Shachi on the roof.
Oh no, I need to slash the escape route. Has it gotten better since the prologue? Not really. Like, maybe this chapter in particular is marginally more interesting, but not enough to make the game good, in my opinion.
Right.
I think at this moment, if I had to give this game a score, I would say either 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10.
It's not Margala.
But again, maybe I'm just not the target audience. Maybe if you like all the fan service and stuff, maybe you might like it. Or if you like easy mysteries, then maybe you'll enjoy it. I think the mysteries are too easy. Oops. Ah, I'm not paying attention now. That's what I need. Like, I don't think it's an awful game, but it's definitely, like, not even close to Danganronpa.
Javon was traumatized after once nearly drowning, so there's no way he would have dove into a drain.
Yuma, you did it! You defeated the monster! Huh? But what about the treasure?
That's strange. We found the culprit and also cut down his excuses. But the truth still hasn't appeared. Where is the real culprit's soul?
The countdown hasn't stopped yet. It went down by a lot again.
Dude, what if I just leave it running like this? Oh, it just goes away on its own.
Perhaps there is a secret final boss in this labyrinth? Wait, I know. It's...
Stop. If anything, I'm the secret protagonist.
Moving on. This means we haven't revealed the truth of this mystery labyrinth. Maybe it's because we don't have a solid overall picture of the case.
Yeah, exactly. Like if this was like I know this is a new IP, so if it was like a new writer and like completely new series, I'd be like, okay, I could forgive the series for not having really good mysteries because obviously mysteries are hard to write. But knowing that the writer is the same as Danganronpa's and they've written Danganronpa 1, 2, and 3, which were all great, this game feels like such a big step down, and I understand maybe they're just going for something different, but the mysteries just are not good, and the characters are just annoying.
the overall picture?
There's no mistake that Ikari made Shachi's murder look like a suicide.
And there's still so many plot holes from Chapter 0 and Chapter 1, but... whatever.
I don't know why he did it. If you wanted to kill him, there are simpler ways to do it. Why bring the Peacekeepers into this?
So we need to find the motive. As long as that's an unknown, we won't reach the truth.
They want to scapegoat me because they want to bomb
Flowing somewhere.
the Marinamo district. That was the motive.
Oh, so it is. I wonder where it is heading.
And then if they also needed the explosion at the hideout. So to mask the explosion at the hideout, that's why they had other explosions around the city. Because only Yuma knew that there were only 4 bombs. The Peacekeepers didn't know that. So there are actually like 6 bombs. And 2 of them were planted by the culprit, 4 of them planted by Yuma. Hey, Runic Mischief, welcome to the stream.
The water flows somewhere. If the Mystery Labyrinth is a reflection of reality, the flow of water may have some significance.
Then let's see where it leads us. This could be the path to the hidden treasure.
You know, this case seems to involve water an awful lot.
Oh, how is Fubuki in the mystery dungeon? Basically, in every case, our partner gets dragged into the mystery dungeon because of Yuma's abilities.
The slums where the crime took place are flooded, like the entire commercial area.
How do I think the mystery could be improved? Well, okay, so the biggest, and I've been saying this through every single chapter, like, in Danganronpa and Ace Attorney, when you have a mystery, you collect all the pieces of evidence, and then you go into the trial. But you still don't know how the mystery was formed, because most of the time, you don't know what the evidence is used for until you have testimony that brings out, and then you add the evidence, and then pieces get pieced together. But in this game, you do your investigation, and then you do the mystery labyrinth. But before you go into the mystery labyrinth, you pretty much have 99% of the clues. So you kind of already know 99% of the mystery going into it. This chapter was a little bit different because we actually didn't know about the storm drain, which kind of made it mildly interesting. But if you look back at all the VODs, I already solved the mystery like 3 or 4 hours before the character solved it, so it was just a lot of repetition. And the writing is like, the characters re-summarize the case for you every 5 seconds, so it's almost like they handhold you too much, or they assume that you got bored of the game and maybe you let it rest for like a month and then came back to it and need a refresher. So it's like, they repeat everything too much. There isn't that much mystery because it makes the mystery labyrinth redundant. Now this case is the first one that doesn't make it redundant, but I'm still not riveted by it just yet. And there's always like little plot holes that they don't explain, at least from Chapter 0 and Chapter 1. There were parts of the mystery that they just straight up didn't explain. Plus the characters are kind of over... The reason why the characters are so annoying is because every chapter, it's like they pick 1 or 2 jokes, and then they just run that joke into the ground for the entire chapter. So it's like, it's not really funny, because it's just the same joke over and over and over and over again, instead of different jokes. And they're almost always like stupid fan service or sexual jokes too. So it's just... It's not that... I mean, again, maybe I'm not the target audience, but it's just not that entertaining.
Right. Given that, the truth should be wherever the water leads.
And again, this chapter is a bit better because there's a little bit more mystery with the motive and also the how he escaped, but it's still not enough to make up for the other chapters, considering we're more than halfway through the game now.
Dead end? And this countdown timer... Looks like it's linked to that countdown, and it's dropping by a lot.
But it's just such a... Because the thing is, the reason why I was interested in this game is because the writer, the artist, and the music composer are all from the Danganronpa team. So you would think it'd be very similar to Danganronpa, and like, atmosphere-wise, it is. Art style-wise, it is. Genre-wise, it is. But it's just, it doesn't come together in the same way, so it's kind of misleading in that way.
Hey, Master? Maybe this isn't a dead end.
What if I just stood here for the full, like, 14 minutes and waited for that counter to go down to 0?
Maybe it's a giant bomb.
Huh? What?
Oh my! What a big, breathtaking bomb! I cannot help but be impressed.
You shouldn't be!
I'm sure this is the heart of this mystery labyrinth. So there's only one thing left to do. Master, you just gotta defuse this bomb too, like how you did in the real world.
This giant bomb?
If you can solve the mystery, the bomb will stop ticking. So really, it's no different from what you've been doing.
Good luck, Yuma. I am confident that you can do it. For you are the elite bomb diffuser, he who tames the god of darkness, holy great detective warrior of light, Yuma.
You'll be fine, Master. You've got the best mentor there is.
Okay, I'll try.
Let's do another bomb minigame. What? Diversion. And also, like, the mini games in the Mystery Labyrinth aren't really that fun. If they made like
that was correct.
I kind of wish that like the
has not stopped.
like the reasoning death matches, I kind of almost wish they gave us like a real kind of mini boss fight, and then afterwards during the boss fight they threw questions at you instead of just like the dodging mechanic. And the designs for the phantoms are like the first couple ones you're like, okay, that's kind of cool, but I wish they got a little bit more creative because they're all just like, hey, let's make the person bigger in rainbow and maybe a couple like small features. I wish they weren't all so humanoid or something like that.
That has to mean there are more mysteries left.
You mean the diversion? What does it mean?
Yeah, the Mystery Labyrinth is not a labyrinth at all. It's just it's just a straight line. It's basically a mask for a giant cutscene. Is really all it is.
Since they made me defuse the bombs, the culprit's goal wasn't destruction.
They should just called it Mystery Dungeon. At least then I wouldn't be. I mean, maybe they didn't want to step on Pokemon's toes, but at least I wouldn't be like, oh, where's the labyrinth in the Mystery Labyrinth?
They just wanted to frame me as a terrorist to put the Peacekeeper's attention on me. That's why they set up such a complex, time-consuming puzzle that had me running all around Kanai Ward.
I meant I just wanted to know the definition of the word diversion.
What? I have to start there?
Look, you can find her a dictionary later. For now, you gotta defuse that bomb.
But that means they were only diverting Yuma, because in the end, only two of the 6 bombs went off.
Right.
Or actually, no, technically 3, because the phone booth. It's the phone booth, the Resistance headquarters, and the power plant.
I apologize, Yuma. If only I could use my forte.
There's no need to apologize. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yuma.
Master, you're too reliant on others. It's about time you start doing things on your own. Well, I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
You believe? The god of darkness believes in Yuma?
Focus! You're out of time, Master. Defuse this bomb!
I'm not out of time, I have 10 minutes. What was the culprit doing during the diversion? Wait, well, what am I supposed to answer? Oh, use the solution key. Are the new detective agency characters good? Maybe 1 or 2 of them might be good. The rest of them are still kind of annoying. And so far we've only partnered up... Actually, no, that's a lie. Halara was okay, but then we partnered up with Desuhiko and Fubuki, and they're both annoying.
Great work, Yuma!
Oh yeah, thanks for summoning Kirby. I was so busy ranting, I didn't realize.
Goal was to flood Marunomon district.
Wait, we're already at the end?
This
is what we see at the end of the dungeon. It hasn't even been 2 hours yet.
Sabotage the valves at the power plants and the reservoir to flood Marunomon district.
But what's the point
This is
of
the
doing
shortest mystery dungeon we've done yet.
Perhaps they wish to sow chaos throughout the city. The Resistance was challenging the Peacekeepers.
We didn't really find out the real
that?
motive.
Why not just detonate the bombs? A lot simpler than flooding the place.
Oh, CB!
Their goal was to to cause chaos, they
Thank you for the
could've just
frogs.
used the bombs. Considering that, the culprit must not have wanted to destroy the place.
Then how does Servant fit into this? Because he created the bombs.
There! We finally cornered you!
Wait! Please hear me out.
Pass the blame.
This was Shachi's wish.
Shachi's wish?
Shachi was always fighting for the sake of Kanai Ward.
Yeah, this was Shachi's wish to get murdered by me.
He wanted to close the gap between the rich and poor. Wanted to reduce the suffering of children. This mission was to flood Marunaman district to send the rich a message. But flooding the place is just terrorism. It would only make them angry, not actually accomplish anything. So Shachi decided to offer up his life.
No.
He wanted me to kill him, to make it look like the peacekeepers did it.
No, I don't buy that. And even if that is true, what a stupid plan.
Shachi gave his life for this mission. If you expose the truth, this would all be for nothing.
Okay, I don't think he's lying, but also this is a really stupid motive.
Are you really going to disregard his dying wish? And his sacrifice?
They could have just faked his death, or they could have done this without needing to whatever.
Now that you see the truth, please, just leave!
Okay, I don't think Icardi's lying. I think this is just a stupid plan.
Very well. I understand your circumstances. We shall take our leave.
No. That's a lie. Shachi didn't want this.
Yeah, okay, there we go. I don't think Shachi would have wanted it.
What? How would you know? You know nothing about the resistance!
This is probably just this guy's idea of trying. He was probably like, oh, Shachi wasn't getting anything done, so I decided to take things into my own hands. Like, that's what this comes across
I
as.
heard him speak. Shachi valued human lives more than anything.
Resistance isn't a terrorist group. We don't kill people.
We won't fight them with violence. It would only lead to more lives lost.
The only reason why I kind of started believing Icardi was because, honestly, I think this game, the plot is stupid enough to actually pull that.
We're gonna take them down the right way. The resistance.
I guess I was underestimating the game.
Shachi wouldn't resort to something as foul as this.
Every time you see Kirby, you want to pet him? I want to pet him too. I bet Kirby would be very, like, cute and squishy.
Sacrifice? Dying wish? How dare you lie about that?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I would love to make a Kirby plushie.
You're paid for this. I'll expose the truth and defend Shachi's honor.
Hey Relix, welcome to the stream. I should make a Kiro plushie too. We'll see. I want to make merch one day, but I'm just not really sure how the best way to go about that would be. I want to make a Kirby plushie. I want to sell the Froggy bag. I think like water bottles or like band-aids would be cute. You hope the Mystery Labyrinth wasn't too bad this time around? It was mildly interesting. Also, it was significantly shorter than all the other ones. So, I guess that in itself makes it better. It was better because we had to do it less.
Truth, Master!
That shows you how good these Mystery Labyrinths are.
That's stupid! No! I didn't do it! Shut up! Get away from me! That's bullshit! Stop! no idea what we went through in the slums. This is a declaration of our beliefs as part of the resistance. We have to defeat Amaterasu Corporation. That's why we plunged the city into chaos. Shachi gave up his own life for that. This is what Shachi wanted. Shachi told me to do it. This was all to defeat Amaterasu Corp. We were in a noble battle to end the disparity between rich and poor!
Yeah, Kiro's hoodie I think would be really fun to have in real life too. Because I did design his clothes to be like realistic. I'd love to have like it doesn't even need to be this color, just like a series of hoodies with like different colors of splatter designs. I think it'd be really cool. Yeah. Murder, what's your defense? He told me to! This one?
You're wrong! Huh? Come on!
No?
Say,
That's right.
Is it because of the safes? The only reason why I didn't pick the safe is because I thought the solution key one was just specifically this safe. Hey Alak, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for following me, being a Froggy friend. Or are they do they just want like a generic answer? Like they just flooded the district. Oh no, it's this one.
Is the truth of the case.
So he was robbing the bank. Well, and thanks for the sleeveless redeem, Ryuji. Okay, so in other words, I actually did solve most of this case before going into it. It was just the escape route. That's a little bit disappointing. Yeah, I've been working out my arms and my shoulders. Can't you tell?
Your plan has nothing to do with Shachi or the Resistance.
See, like for a brief second I thought Icardi might have been telling the truth, only because I thought that would make... Like they're going for this whole like, Yuma's struggling with the idea of whether he should solve the dungeon or not. And making Icardi sympathetic might feed into that. But again, that motive was complete BS.
You just wanted to take the safes!
Huh? Safes?
Many facilities in Marunouman District use safes made by Amaterasu Corporation, including the bank. These safes are completely airtight, and they can actually float on water.
Okay, but this doesn't make sense, because even if he flooded the district, the safes, let's say the safes are in the bank, even if they start floating, they're still going to be inside locked rooms, which I assume might be airtight as well. So just because he flooded the district doesn't mean all the safes in the area are just going to start floating down into his arms. Like, I know they showed one of them, but this is such a stupid reason, though.
oh, we did see some safes floating around Marunouman District.
Even if they were blown up, I'll believe it. I mean, obviously this is where they're going.
The culprit knew they could float, and planned to exploit that to steal all the safes from the bank.
Like, again, how's one person gonna run off with all the safes? And even if they did, he doesn't know the combinations for them. He's just gonna gather all these things up somewhere and then hack them or break them open on his own time? Like...
The safes would normally be too heavy to move, but they'd be easy to take if they were floating.
So what's he gonna do? Like, herd them down the river into his secret bat cave? Like, what's the end goal here? And like, they're not just all gonna go floating into the river, whatever.
So, it was a bank heist?
Yes, that's right. That's the truth behind this case.
It's like, I understand the logic here, but the realism here is severely lacking.
You took advantage of Kanai Ward's unique features in your plan to rob the bank. This isn't what the Resistance believed in. In fact, you took advantage of their beliefs.
So how is this gonna get us out of the mess in the real world?
You did it.
Are we just gonna see him, like, speeding by on a boat with a bunch of safes, right as Ghislaine's gonna try to kill us? And then he's just gonna drop dead?
Now that we've exposed the truth of this case, we just need to finish off that filthy criminal.
Right. Let's finish this. For Shachi. Let's go, Shinigami. I'll charge my solution blade with the facts of this case.
Okay, let's summarize everything for the 5th time. We might as well do this one before I keep flipping. But then, Servin must have been in on it, because there's no way those things were bombs without him doing it. Look at him just speeding along in the boat, holding a couple safes in his arms. Watch him run off with like an empty safe too. Hey Lork, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by.
Step right up, step right up! A bomb scare, a flood, and a suicide to throw the whole town into chaos! Truth bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the deduction denouement!
It all started with a request from the Resistance. Shachi asked me to set up security cameras around the city.
You got those cameras from someone by the name of Servan.
Oh, thanks for the stretch, Sai. Good call. You guys should make sure you take the time to stretch as well when you get a chance.
But they had bombs inside them.
I had no idea, so I set up those camera bombs all around the city. The culprit hijacked Shachi's original plan and conducted a series of crimes. The bomb set up in the phone booth of Marunamon District exploded first. Luckily, there were no casualties. But the culprit also bombed the drain in Marunamon District at the same time.
Someone snitched and said you were responsible, but that must have been the culprit too.
Since the Peacekeepers' eyes were on me, it made it easier to pull off the rest of their crimes.
So the Peacekeepers didn't even do a good job of that.
And went to the roof of the Resistance hideout in Doya District.
Shachi followed soon after. I saw him being chased by the Peacekeepers. The culprit was waiting there to ambush him.
I was heading up the emergency stairs to the roof, but along the way...
Hey! We heard a ringing gunshot!
Shachi was ambushed by the culprit and shot to death. Once it was finished, they placed the gun in Shachi's right hand to make it look like a suicide.
But it was actually a left-handed gun! Getting caught because of your own cover-up is borderline weak sauce!
borderline. With their cover set up, the culprit jumped into the open drain and escaped from the roof unseen.
I like how you put on the flippers.
Jump off the roof. But the area was already flooded, so the drain was filled with water.
Right after the escape, I arrived on the rooftop and discovered Shachi's body.
And kaboom! The hideout exploded!
The drain was buried in the rubble from this explosion. A bomb had been set in advance to hide the killer's escape.
So far, it's just Icardi, but I find it hard to believe Servant was not involved because of the bombs. There's no way Icardi hijacked the cams and made those bombs himself.
After that, we all went around town trying to defuse the bombs. The culprit took advantage of the chaos to open the valve of the reservoir upstream from the power plant.
Yeah, the bombs were planted by Goda. He cooked the bombs, that's what he did.
Since the drain had been dammed in the explosion, when all that backed up water had even more added to it, Marunamon District became totally drenched in shit.
Right, it became a drenched city. Marunamon District is now flooded, and many facilities have safes made by Amaterasu Corporation. The banks are no exception.
These safes are heavy and difficult to move, but because they're so airtight, they can float on water.
As a result, they all floated out of the flooded banks. Collecting these safes was the culprit's true goal.
Ah yes, blowing one wall of the bank is just gonna make all the safes float and then come out of the entrance. Like, okay.
An entire district just to be a small-time looter. I can't tell if the guy thinks big or
Again,
small.
honestly, if he only made off with like 1 or 2 safes max, he must have known there must have been something pretty darn good inside those safes. Otherwise, this is such a stupidly convoluted scheme, with terrorism and death involved. How are they gonna clear the district from all the water? Drink it
The only
up.
ones who can commit these crimes were the resistance leaders with access to Shachi's gun.
And only one guy was a good enough swimmer to dive right into the drain.
Shachi really did try to save this city. But the culprit not only took over his plan, but killed and framed him.
This criminal lost his pride and dignity as a member of the resistance, becoming nothing more than a money grubber.
Fubuki can go retrieve it one pitcher at a time with her coffee.
Icardi!
It was you!
Yeah, I guess the lesson of this game is anyone with elf ears is a culprit that doesn't get explained. Maybe the elf ear people are all homunculi, you know? Maybe they're the homunculi. Lived hiding in plain sight, because apparently no one could notice. Yeah, no one's mentioned the elf ears. Apparently it's just a common thing.
Finished!
He doesn't even get any final words. Yeah, maybe he could be a vampire, who knows? Okay, give us your final words, dude.
I hate this city. I was sick of all of Shachi's idealistic nonsense. Fighting the peacekeepers wouldn't have changed anything. That's why I was gonna take the money and get out of here.
That's all you were gonna do? That was your grand plan? I was expecting something that, I don't know, at least, like, related to the overall story. Like, he stole a highly secret document, he was gonna blackmail the peacekeepers and get money for it. You just stole money? How does this relate to Kanai Ward's Ultimate Secret?
It's this city that's wrong. This rotten place.
Yeah, this city is wrong, so I murdered the one guy that wanted to improve the city because I hate this city.
Is this the hidden treasure? It is far different than what I was imagining.
Exactly, it's like a ripoff, like, Joker the Dark Knight plotline.
I think so. I felt the same way when I first saw one.
So, this is it. I was not much help after all. I relied on you the entire time, Yuma.
That's not true. You're a great partner, Fubuki.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I am grateful to have joined you on this adventure, Yuma.
Honestly, I would love to write a mystery novel. I mean, I'm writing like a couple RPGs, but I would like to do a mystery novel eventually. It would just take a lot more time, I think.
I think it helped me grow as a person. Just a little bit.
Well, you are gonna forget all of it soon.
Yeah, you're gonna forget all your character development, Fubuki.
What?
Although, in my opinion, she didn't actually develop her character that much, but...
I am sorry for being so rude to you.
What?
I assumed you were a vulgar god of darkness, based solely on your looks.
Yeah, that's pretty rude of you.
But now I realize that you have been a wonderful guide.
Well, Shinigami, are you gonna apologize for insulting Fubuki like every 5 seconds in this dungeon?
When you said you believed in Yuma, I realized there was a bond of trust between the two of you. And now, frankly, I adore you. Please consider being my friend.
So Shinigami just gets off scot-free? Like, these two were arguing the whole time and Fubuki is the one that has to apologize, even though Shinigami was the instigator? Come on, say sorry to her.
You're gonna forget it all anyway.
Say sorry to her, come on. Like, for you guys coming in,
Yuma, while I may be ignorant and naive...
like, Shinigami was ripping into Fubuki. Like, she was insulting her more than she insulted Kurumi.
One day, I hope to be a great adventurer and detective, just like you. The labyrinth-delving elite bomb diffuser, he who tames the god of darkness, holy great detective warrior of light.
Oh yeah, Yuma's a warrior of light now, apparently.
You truly are amazing, Yuma.
That title is getting way too long.
Enough chit-chat. It's time for the part you've all been waiting for.
Yeah, apologize to Fubuki, that's what we've been waiting for. Yeah, Shinigami's supposed to be quirky and tsundere and endearing, so it's supposed to be fine. Oh, she's so annoying. She so quickly became so annoying.
Huh? What is it? What is about to happen? Wait a minute. Do you mean we are going to leap into the basin?
No. It's time to boot kill the bad guy.
Oh yeah, and for those of you that are new here, time for a real treat.
Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case! To all the portals! To the final mystery labyrinth!
Well, there we go. Tactical nuke. Again, she takes all this time to summon her scythes, but then she just uses it to shoot a beam. So how's this gonna get us out of the situation in the real world? That's what I really want to know. Is it gonna be like another Deus Ex Machina where someone's gonna come out of nowhere and be like, "Stop!" Like they did with 2 of the cases already? Wait, Swindle Detective? Is that just talking about Zilch? Yeah, where is the culprit this time? Does he just happen to be passing by on his boat and then drop dead? Like, what is this?
We've returned from the mystery labyrinth, but
We're also about to get pulverized by Dominic.
we're still in grave danger. How How do we get out of this?
Master, now that I think about it,
Yeah, dude just floats by outside the window. It was him!
the culprit isn't here, so there's no way you can prove your innocence. Solving the mystery labyrinth doesn't help in this situation one bit.
Come on! Why do we do all that work to discover the truth?
That is what it is. Never give up, Master.
But this time, we're done for.
Now, Dominic, go nuts and crush their little heads.
What?
Is Iruka helping us? Oh, hey, Halara.
Sorry to keep you waiting, my man. You too, princess.
Yasuhiko! Halara!
The both of you are safe.
What do you think of my grand entrance? Fitting for a charismatic leader, no?
Master detectives with the same.
So it is like another Deus Ex Machina.
Hey, big guy! You're messing with the wrong dude. The criminal you're looking for is right here.
Wait, they already bagged him without
What?
our input? Wait, he's gonna drop dead though. Oh, they caught Servin. Oh, there's his dead body. So in other words, we didn't need to solve it at all. Even less so than before.
And,
Because in chapter 1 we solved it and it didn't do anything. Well, no, chapter 0 we solved it, it did nothing. Chapter 1 we solved it and it kind of did nothing, but we faked a confession with a dead body. Chapter 2, it just distracted Martina enough to let us go. And then this time, literally nothing, because honestly, we even set them back, because if we had not solved the mystery dungeon, then Icardi would be sitting in that boat alive and able to confess, but now he's just dead. Oh man.
Vivia, did you forget already? I haven't had much screen time, and my name's hard to remember, so I don't blame you.
I was worried about you, Fubuki. And the trainee too, I guess. I'm kidding, just joking around.
Everyone is safe. Oh, what a relief.
wait, you're gonna cry? Master, you're gonna cry?
Where did you all come from? You know what'll happen if you interfere with the peacekeepers!
If I wrote a mystery novel, would it have a Deus Ex Machina? No. Like, they say that, like, you should use coincidences to get your protagonist into trouble, not to help them get out of trouble. They need to solve their way out of the trouble themselves.
Like I said, you're messing with the wrong dude. The ones who planted those bombs were the resistance people on that boat over there. Too bad one of them died from a heart attack. I have no idea why.
Like, by solving the mystery labyrinths, aren't we just, like, light Yagami-ing people? Isn't that kind of what we're doing?
But if you run an autopsy, you'll find that the cause of death wasn't a homicide.
Yeah, what if they just arrest us for killing Icardi now? They can make up the rules however they want. We've established the peacekeepers just kind of, like, make up the rules as they go. There's nothing stopping them from just arresting us all because we know they're corrupt. I don't get it.
In other words, Yuma is innocent. Or do peacekeepers punish the innocent?
Yes, they do. In fact, we know that they do.
You can prove his innocence?
You heard her. You got something to say?
Did they just bully Servant into snitching?
I was threatened by Icardi to make those devices. I didn't know what was going on. It's true! I didn't know about the bank robbery, and I didn't think that would happen to Shachi! It was all set up by Icardi! Please! I'll confess everything I know! Please spare my life.
We captured them on a boat in front of the bank. Safe deposit boxes owned by the wealthy were floating nearby. They were caught red-handed. One can conclude that the events in question were all part of a bank robbery planned by Icardi.
I mean, I have a feeling that if this was happening, if safes from the bank were just floating out of the bank down the river, Icardi would not be the only person looting. There'd be other people too. I mean, they might not know about it, but the second someone sees one of those, especially in this town where everyone's like a criminal.
The leader of the resistance was also murdered to pin the crimes on him.
After stealing the safes, they were planning to leave Kanai Ward via the waterway.
So literally me solving the mystery labyrinth did absolutely nothing. In fact, this time it was a negative setback.
Ironically, Icardi died of a sudden seizure. Trying to take more money than you can carry will only lead to your own downfall.
Yeah, exactly. We could have just waited and this would have happened.
Seems like an expensive lesson.
Just like Chapter 0, just like Chapter 1. Only Chapter 2 had something actually come from the mystery labyrinth.
What about the other leaders of the resistance? Margala and Aruka?
Yeah, what about
They
Aruka?
have nothing to do with it?
She's kind of the crazy one we need to watch out for.
Yes.
Anyway, we're taking Yuma with us. You got no problem with that, right? My terrifying kitten.
Terrifying kitten. Yeah, too long didn't read, Shinigami's just useless.
Alrighty, gang. Looks like we're free to go.
She's just there for the fan service for people that enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll still finish this game. I mean, I'm severely disappointed by this game, but I'm still gonna finish it. We only have 2 more chapters to go, well, I might as well. I'm still hoping that it gets a little bit better, but I'm not really sure. I'm not very hopeful anymore.
The Peacekeeper lady's still staring at me. Maybe she's in love with me.
I don't know about that.
Now that we've handed over the resistance, the rest is up to the peacekeepers. Come on, everyone. Let's go.
See, I was optimistic it would improve immensely, but we are getting so much closer to the end. I'm only hoping for it to improve marginally now. I think that's within the realm of reason. I don't think a huge improvement is within the realm of possibility right now. It's going to be a marginal improvement.
I think this solves the case for the time being. Another person died. No. I committed murder.
And we didn't even need to do it this time.
Just because he committed a crime doesn't make it right for me to kill him. He took advantage of Shachi's death, and I hunted him down without hesitation.
Yeah, watch the last case be a masterpiece and the only one they actually wrote. I would be very pleasantly surprised if that was the case.
And thanks to that, another life was lost.
Why do you look so sad? Are you always like this when you solve a case?
Again, like, I'd be less hard on this game. It is a new IP, but if it was just like a completely new writer, I would be so much more forgiving of it. But just the fact that it is supposed to succeed Danganronpa. Thanks for calling Kirby, Ash.
Huh? What?
Yuma, you weren't in the wrong. I think you did the right thing.
Kurumi, you don't know that I murdered a man. Just saying.
Even if others disagree, I will always say that you were right. So please, don't make that face.
Thank you, Kurumi.
Thank you, Kurumi, but you also don't know that I murdered someone.
If you ask me if what I did was right or wrong, I don't think I was in the right.
That's not true, because...
But I don't need to be right. I need to have conviction.
Conviction?
I don't need to be right. I just need to be confident that I was right, even if I wasn't.
The strength of a heart that refuses to yield, no matter the situation. Or maybe it's like a detective's creed. Something to guide me when I don't know what to do. It's something I don't have yet. I don't know where to turn when stuff like this happens.
It doesn't seem that way to me. Yuma, you saved me because you wanted to help someone, didn't you?
Okay, but in your case, Kurumi, solving the mystery labyrinth in your chapter actually helped. It did not help this time.
And you got dragged into this mess because you wanted to help the resistance and the people in the slums.
That has nothing to do with being a detective. It's what any human would normally do.
Is that so? A detective with the conviction to do what any human would normally do is a wonderful thing.
Hey, but I did something that not every normal human would do, which is murder a murderer.
This is embarrassing, so I'll only say this once. Even if you deny it yourself, I believe you are in the right. That's why I hope you'll always be a detective.
At this point, I'm more of a vigilante than I am a detective. Like, my kill count's probably higher than Batman's. Technically. We all know Batman's supposed to not kill anyone, but we all know that he goes around breaking people's spines. So he definitely has a kill count, they just pretend not to see it. Great, so now there's also no resistance in the city. Great.
That was close. But we managed this time around. Sheesh. Someone has been a huge troublemaker for us. Yuma, the way you keep dragging us into trouble is pure genius.
Oh, he's so flattering.
It wasn't a compliment.
Jeez, you're lucky we even noticed what happened.
Speaking of, where were you all? I searched all over town for you.
That's what I want to ask. I told you about the emergency meeting place for this sort of stuff.
Did you?
Meeting place? Huh?
Yeah, Yuba's killed more people than the Nail Man by now. You're right.
The multi-purpose building where the detective agency used to be. I brought you there the day you arrived. Huh? I didn't tell you?
This is the first time I've heard about it.
Seriously? I see. Guess I forgot to mention it. Then again, you did arrive late to Kanai Ward.
So it's all your fault, Yako, is that what you're saying? Good night, Ryuji. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest.
Yeah, that must be it. Yep.
Wait, you're just sweeping it under the rug? I was in a lot of trouble back there.
Sorry about that. Well, everyone's okay, so it's all good.
Figures me and Fubuki that are the only ones who didn't know, because she just forgot, and then I just never got told.
Still, weren't you with him, Fubuki? I know I told you about the meeting place.
Yep, I just remembered right now.
Figures. Well, I'm glad to see you're safe too, Fubuki.
Still, I'm surprised you weren't fooled by the bomb threat and saw the real motive was the bank robbery.
That's because a certain sleepyhead woke up today.
So Vivia used his forte to help them?
We arrived at the truth this time thanks to Vivia's investigation.
So in other words, Vivia saved the day. Everything we did was pointless.
So that unmotivated anemic vampire helped?
I was just lucky. I noticed the abnormal water levels. Saw the hydroelectric power plant's drainage channel from above.
From above? Do you like astral project? Is that what you do? Do you go to sleep and astral project yourself around? Is that your ability?
From above?
He's a bird.
I just happened to see it from a bird's eye view. Observation is the foundation to being a detective. To a detective, the act of deduction is like a game. And the truth is what a detective desires. Like a precious stone, it's something I'd desire if I stared at it too long. So, dreaming about it is enough for me.
Yeah, is he a vampire? Did he turn into a bat and fly above, or what? I feel like he probably, like, astral projects, because he's, like, always sleeping, right? So maybe he, when he's sleeping, he, like, ghostly explores the town and investigates or something.
Because it's a pain in the ass.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Do you?
At the very least, his statements aren't really based on logic.
I want to die someday.
He's incomprehensible as usual, but it's amazing how he solved the case by himself.
Hey, Master? This guy is...
What is it?
A weirdo.
Never mind. Maybe it's It's my imagination.
Oh, so what's up with Vivia? Something else is weird with Vivia.
Anyway, that solves it. Now we should...
Is Vivia, like, #1 in disguise? Oh, hi. Oh, hi. So I told you, there's nothing stopping them from arresting us.
Whoa, what? I thought we were done here!
Hey, sewer rats.
You!
Yomi Hellsmile, director of the Peacekeepers. What is he doing here?
Who's gonna come in and save us now, Makoto?
Damn. How did the city end up like this? Why are a bunch of terrorists getting in our way? Why is Kanai Ward being destroyed?
Well, I mean, every problem in the city goes back to you. It's all kind of your fault, dude.
I was finally able to guide this foolish city down the right path. I keep saying I'll teach these fools what law and order is all about.
Yeah, why is his right hand gone? Oh wait, no, he's hiding his left one under the cape.
But now, there's another bunch who defy me, disrupting the peace in the city!
That was very dangerous. He punched a guy that was holding a gun and probably had his finger on the trigger.
Hey! Why is that? When will peace finally come to this place?
Now? I understand you're irritated, but let's all relax for a second.
So what do you want with us?
Hand over that terrorist immediately. Otherwise, you will all receive the death penalty.
Huh? Death penalty?
When you say terrorist, you mean Yuma? Because that issue has been resolved already.
Regardless of who the mastermind is, the fact of the matter is, he planted bombs around the city.
I mean, true. That is technically true.
You think you can just plead ignorance? Even small crimes cannot go unpunished. That is the meaning of justice.
No, but he...
Chief, let me go.
Don't get hasty. This is just an excuse to capture you.
But at this rate, everyone here will be arrested.
I've already told you that self-sacrifice is worthless here. I can neutralize them all in under 25 seconds.
Well, then do it, Halara.
Knock it off, Halara. How many of us would also die in that same amount of time?
If things go bad, then I will turn back time.
If you get taken out first, it's the end for all of us. I won't make such a dangerous bet.
Then what do we do? Everyone's gonna get killed at this rate!
Quickly, Desahiko, disguise yourself as his right hand. Distract him. I don't think it matters what I say. Yeah, I don't know if he's carrying around Martina anymore. He mentioned it, but we haven't seen it. Oh, fine.
If I turn myself in, at least everyone else will be spared. The rest is up to you guys.
This could be another Deus Ex Machina. It's gonna be Makoto, I bet.
Yuma! Master, it is too dangerous to let yourself get captured by them! Let's just turn tail and flee! Even if you're the only one who escapes!
I won't abandon them.
You keep letting everyone take advantage of you!
Wait, Yuma. In that case, I'll go with you.
What are you saying? You have nothing to do with this, Chief.
Don't be dumb. I'm the chief of the Nocturnal Detective Agency, and you're one of my detectives. It's only right for me to take responsibility.
All right, filthy maggots. Are you done playing around?
Hey, I am Plushie. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by. Welcome, welcome. My tweet got randomly promoted to you. Congratulations on partnership on YouTube. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by.
You'll reconsider your beliefs after a single night. Once you go through my torture, not only will you sell out your friends, you'll beg me to kill them to save yourself.
I can reduce it to 20 seconds. Mizuhiko, Vivia, please look after the others.
Yeah, this is my normal stream time. 7 p.m. PST. I usually go for about 4 hours. It's the only time I'm able to stream in my time zone, so...
I guess we have to do this.
But all my VODs get saved on YouTube, so then people can just watch them whatever they want, I guess.
This is such a pain. Where has my peace and quiet gone?
Freeze! If you resist, you'll be executed on the spot.
Stay back! Don't touch my master!
What's going on?
Director Yomi! Something is falling from the sky!
What the? Oh, hi, Makoto. I knew you'd come. I didn't think you'd come in on a balloon, but okay. Great, we get 2 Deus Ex Machinas this chapter.
It's the masked man. Oh my. Even though we're friends, you've already forgotten my name? I'm Makoto Kagutsuchi. What is it? Oh, you want to know about this hot air balloon? Cool, huh? I flew here from the tower.
Okay, I'm just supposed to take that at face value? Okay. Hey Kua, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by, I appreciate it. Nope, I wasn't kidding at all.
From the tower?
Deus Ex Makotoma.
What do you want?
Hello, Yomi. I'll take care of the rest, so you can leave now.
You intend to let these criminals run free? Just because you're the CEO of Amaterasu doesn't give you free reign to disrupt Kanai Ward's peace.
I mean, I knew he was high up on the ladder. See, I thought he was the CEO, but then when he talked to us, it sounded like he wasn't the CEO. Just that he was like a higher up, and now we're finding out he is the CEO, so now it's not surprising. How's the game been? Weird. That's all I can really say about it. It's just weird.
Amaterasu CEO? Is this weird guy in a mask?
Hey, Yuma, when did you meet such a big shot?
It just sorta happened?
Good weird or bad weird? More on the bad weird. I personally would not recommend this game to anyone. Which is very sad to say.
Hello, detectives. This is the first time we've met, besides Yuma. Huh? You want to know why I'm wearing this mask? Well...
Oh, if you still plan to play this though, I feel like this might be a spoiler thing coming up, so I don't, so avert your eyes if you still plan to play this, but my personal opinion is this game is not really that good. It is not even close to Danganronpa. If you're looking for something like Danganronpa, it is not going to give you that rush. And thank you, I am Plushie. Thank you so much for following me and being a Froggy friend. I really appreciate it. If you go into this just because you want like mediocre mysteries and some fan service, then you might enjoy it. Is he gonna take off his mask? Kiro, your sacrifice will be honored for all time. I went and looked up reviews for this game because I was kind of curious if people like thought about it the same way I did, and people were giving it like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. There were like some 7 out of 10s. I probably would not give this game more than a 6 out of 10. Maybe I would stick to a 5 out of 10. And I read some of the reviews and people were like, it's a great mystery. And I'm like, no. Some people said like it has good atmosphere and world building. I could say sure, but the mysteries are not good. The gameplay is not fun. The characters are just straight up annoying, unless you find them physically attractive. That's the only thing. I looked at like fan reviews and corporate reviews. Like I don't really trust corporate reviews, but like the fan reviews, I think the only people leaving fan reviews were people that were attracted to Shinigami because they were like, "Oh, I like Shinigami," and I'm like, "No, she's so annoying." I'm really curious if it gets better at the ending, but at this point we're ending chapter 3. And the game ends after chapter 5, so it still hasn't gotten better yet. It's gotten marginally better, like a tiny teensy bit better. So, like I was still hoping by chapter 1 and chapter 2, I was kind of like, well, I hope gets better. I'm still optimistic, but then now I'm like, it's too late for it to get better. What I can only hope for is it doesn't get worse. Yeah, I don't know. You might still enjoy this game, but I don't think it's at the very, very least, I don't think it's worth the full price tag. At the very, very least, it's not worth the full price tag. That's just my opinion.
I was born a prince in a certain nation, but while still young, I was dragged into a revolution. The nation was overthrown and the royal family had their titles stripped away. My family was killed. I was the only one spared. The revolutionaries imprisoned me because they had other plans. I was forced to wear a mask to conceal my face. That mask was designed to never come off.
Yeah, thanks for coming by, Kua. Yeah, feel free to lurk. Hey, Psyche Celestite. Psyche Celestite, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for coming by and being a Froggy friend. Yeah, the little teardrop, his expressions on the portrait of the mask are so goofy.
And now, the mask has become my face.
He's talking way too long and none of it sounds true at all. His story changed from last time.
I didn't ask about your history. Hand them over.
Yomi, I don't want to quarrel with you here. I really would hate for things to escalate. Just this once. May I ask you to withdraw? Please.
You get one. There won't be a second. As for you sewer rats, you best be prepared. The next time you catch my eye, there will be no mercy.
Exactly, I don't get how anyone could give this a 9 out of 10. Maybe 8 if I'm like being extremely generous and if I was like turned on by the characters. Honestly, I would give this like a 5, like I would give like a 5.5. Maybe a 6, but maybe I'll be generous and round it up to a 6. But honestly, I think I'm leaning more towards a 5.5.
If you don't like it, go back to the sewers.
There better be a very good payoff at the end. There better be a mind-blowing chapter 5.
Phew! That clears my vision up. There were too many people for me to see behind this mask. Now that things are all resolved, let's walk home.
Okay,
Hey,
okay, Makoto.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I actually get to control him? I have a strong suspicion that either I'm the homunculus or Makoto's the homunculus, and the other one is the original. Or something like that. Weird. He is definitely related to Yuma in some way. I think so. They kind of hinted at that already. Yeah, honestly, like, for Kurumi, I don't dislike her, but she's very plain. She's like vanilla. Like, there's nothing to dislike about her, but there's nothing to like about her. Maybe Vivia will make Chapter 4 better. I don't know. I'm hoping, maybe. I don't know.
Seems like a lot has happened since we first met. The look on your face has changed. Did you get taller?
I doubt I could grow taller in such a short time, but a lot has happened. Are you really the CEO of Amaterasu, sir?
No need for formalities. Call me Makoto. And yes, it's true.
Ah, yes, so after Makoto beat Danganronpa, he became a masked freak running as Amaterasu Corp here in this game. Got it. Again, why did they pick the name Makoto? Again, I know he probably has nothing to do with Makoto from Danganronpa, but you'd think they would at least try to pick completely different names just to avoid confusion, but...
That means you're the top-ranking person at Amaterasu Corporation, right?
Yeah, Makoto became a crypto bro after Danganronpa.
I guess you could put it that way.
I thought he worked there, but who could have guessed he was so high up the ladder?
But then... Makoto, at the beginning of Chapter 3, you're like... It was implied that he was a higher-up at Amaterasu. We didn't think he was the CEO, because he was like, Yuma, help me save the city. The peacekeepers are ruining it. I hope you help me do something. It's like, you're literally the guy in charge. Help me, please stop the guy in charge. But that's me, by the way.
You said you wanted to stop the Peacekeepers, but don't you have the authority to dismiss them yourself?
A company isn't that simple. One careless act, and I'd be the one dismissed.
You say that, but you just told Yomi off. And honestly, Yomi is the biggest problem the city has. Hey Yul, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by.
The power in Amaterasu Corporation is currently imbalanced and very fragile. At this rate, it won't be long until they control everything, besides me.
I see.
If you want to strike the Peacekeepers, you must gather all the firepower you can and take them out in a single shot.
Well, can you help us get the firepower, sir?
Anything less will be like cutting off a lizard's tail. Yomi is the Peacekeeper's heart and brain. He'll be unscathed.
Well, then just take out Yomi.
If I could gather evidence of his evil actions, I'd declare his exile publicly for the world to see.
Well, then do it.
In any case, you can speak to me when you require help. I'll run to your aid with my awesome hot air balloon. Or shall I say fly? The Peacekeepers may have me beat in numbers, but my love for Kanai Ward rivals them.
Right.
Well, I'll excuse myself now.
But hey, hold on! There's still more we need to go over.
I'm sorry, but it's time for prayer. I pray for Kanai Ward's peace across all districts.
Ah, yes, that's what we need. Prayer.
I pray each hour of the day, so I am rather busy. I must hurry back.
Yeah, exactly. Makoto's just a very rich slacktivist, except he's also paying the bad guys and thereby enabling them.
He doesn't intend on taking us seriously.
I like that word, slacktivist.
By the way, you should check out where your agency used to be.
Did you give us a new submarine?
Huh? Why?
It's a surprise.
But what's to stop Yomi from just missiling our next submarine anyways?
Sounds kinda shady, but I guess I can play along. We have nowhere to go right now anyway.
Man, this episode's been weird. Fubuki thinks an apple costs as much as a car.
Are you kidding me? It's completely back to normal. Is this the CEO's true power?
Is it gonna be exactly the same on the inside too, like with all the books and posters that we had up to? Or are they just gonna not show that and then next chapter it's suddenly gonna have all that stuff back?
His cursed powers have conjured a submarine.
Yeah, the Labyrinth was pretty short this time. It was only like it was probably like an hour and 45 minutes. It was very short.
Whoa! My agency!
Yeah, when I finish this game, I deserve a vacation. I need to give my brain a massage. Actually, I am going on vacation partway through next week. That's why I'm trying to finish this game before I go on vacation.
I can't be genuinely happy about this. It may be bugged to eavesdrop on us.
Is my beautiful bed of peace and quiet still there? If not, then let me die.
Oh, stop saying that, Vivia. It was shocking the first time, now we're just desensitized to it. Look, the river's right there, Vivia, just saying. He's had many chances to commit to his wish for death. See, look, the posters are still up.
Chief, there's a letter here. Looks like it's from Makoto.
In the books, too. How the heck did he recreate all that?
Let's see what it says.
To the detectives of the Nocturnal Detective Agency. This is my gift to you for solving this case. It is proper payment for your work, so please accept it.
I just noticed that Kurumi's with us.
The souls of Kanai Ward's residents are with you. Their war carries on. I have high hopes for you all. From the highest point in Kanai Ward, with love, Makoto Kagutsuchi.
High hopes? Why would the CEO of Amaterasu say that about us? Well, he did ask us to accept this, so I guess we'll take the submarine.
He must be planning to manipulate us in the power struggle for the company. Ugh, this will come at a high price.
Yeah, and didn't we have that special phone? We have the special phone that connects us to the WDO, and it only connects us there to avoid all the buggings in communication in Kanai Ward. But he just gave it back, so that means he definitely is able to listen in on those conversations if he wanted to.
Also, he had an odd face for someone who is supposedly a CEO.
No, that was clearly a mask.
A mask? What is that?
Where do I even begin? Yuma, you take care of this.
See, like again, like when a character is stupid, it can be endearing, but Fubuki is just too stupid. She doesn't even know what a mask is.
Me?
I'll explain it. Fubuki, so a mask is...
Wait, why did you follow us here? Don't you know this is our top secret detective agency?
Apparently not, that boy found us here.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Besides, an informant is practically a detective anyway. Right, Yuma?
Huh?
Honestly, Kurumi's more useful than Fubuki.
You gotta be kidding me. You two still have the hots for each other. Well, I guess it's fine. I support you. You're a fully Desuhiko approved couple.
See, again, that's the thing. It's like, the fact that he copied the sub perfectly means he already knew what it was since the beginning, or has been in cahoots with number one or the WDO. And again, it could just be explained as like, oh, the game devs didn't want to model another sub or make another version of the sub without all the stuff inside. But then, like, I don't know what to believe anymore. Is it just game dev laziness, or is it is it story relevant? I don't know. I have to ask that with like every other thing in this game. Like when they poured the poison from the little poison vial into the wine glasses, I'm like, was that a prop? Or was it because they didn't want to animate liquid? Like, I don't know.
Wait, a couple? I won't allow it! Master is far too young for this!
Can you see me? You can see her.
Oh, I just remembered. When I was watching from above, a resident said something that was rather
Like, is this
concerning.
power astral projection? That's what it sounds like.
You said above again. What does that even mean?
Sorry, Yuma. I'm so tired I don't want to talk more than I need to.
All right, let's focus on the important information. What did you hear that concerned you?
It's about that homunculus research.
Oh, we're just gonna, okay. Yeah, he could probably explain it in fewer words than he used. He chooses to make everything convoluted, and then he says he's tired afterwards.
Homunculus. What is that again? Some kind of cow?
No, they're the immortal monsters that Amaterasu Corporation was researching.
Oh, I vaguely recall discussions about that. I had nearly forgotten after today's grand adventure.
The homunculus research. Let's talk to Vivia to see what information he's found.
I don't know how reliable Vivia's information is, my man, but let's talk to him.
Hey Evie, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by.
Hmm? Weren't you supposed to talk to Vivia?
Why do I have to talk to Vivia? Why can't you talk to Vivia? You're the boss.
The homunculus research. I wonder what he knows.
And apparently, again, Kurumi seems more informed than the entire detective agency about the city.
Yeah, let's go talk to Vivia. I wonder what information he got. Anyway, let's speak with Vivia.
I wonder what we need to do. Maybe we have to speak to Vivia. It's not like they just said that like 5 times in a row.
The resident is an old man. He used to work for Amaterasu Corporation.
Is it Murgala? Wasn't I supposed to get information from the rebels for doing their task? Yeah, I played Danganronpa. That's why I'm playing this game. Because I thought it would give me the same joy that Danganronpa did.
According to him, something happened 10 years ago. Amaterasu set up a secret lab somewhere in Kanai Ward to conduct their homunculus research.
Yeah, this game is so hand-holdy when it comes to both the mysteries and just the menial tasks. They tell you to do everything like 4 or 5 times.
That lab still exists. Somewhere.
A secret lab for homunculus research? That sounds super shady. It's exactly what we're looking for!
Looks like we need to search for that lab to figure out Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Very well. I shall personally go and find the secret lab.
I'll help too! After all, I am Kanai Ward's greatest informant.
Alright. Kurumi, I need you to keep the reins on Yuma so he doesn't get in trouble again.
Yeah, real answer, the devs expected everyone to skip all the dialogue, so they said everything like 4 times, so if you miss 3 of them, hopefully you at least catch 1 of them.
You got it! Now, let's go investigate, Yuma!
But, hey!
You don't have my permission for this, you know!
I mean, I'm hoping next chapter gets a little bit more interesting because I'm betting we get Vivia, right?
I see. So, that's the cursed Book of Death. It's dangerous. Very dangerous. So dangerous, it could destroy Kanai Ward, or even the world.
Yeah, Vivia, you've clearly seen it from chapter 1. Why mention it now? Oh, hi.
I must do something.
Vivia, that's not how you use a box cutter. You're not supposed to extend it all the way like that. Okay, maybe we won't be partnered with Vivia, I don't know. So originally I was thinking because like it was about an hour ago now that we were finishing up the mystery dungeon, so I thought that we would do a little bit of the chapter 4 investigation after, if this whole chapter 3 part 2 only took 2 hours, but since that entire section afterwards took like an extra hour after that, you know what? I think this is a good place to end for today, because I'm going to do, each stream is going to be 1 investigation or 1 mystery labyrinth, and then that will give me enough time to finish before I go on vacation. But again, like I feel like the mystery in this chapter was a little bit better, only because there was that 1 clue that we didn't have going into the mystery dungeon that we figured out inside the mystery dungeon. That's what I was talking about. But the problem is, again, once we figured out that 1 thing, everything else fell together, so it was no longer a mystery. So it was a minor improvement, but like such a minor improvement that I would have expected to see back in chapter 1 or chapter 0, and not chapter 3, which is technically the 4th chapter. It just feels a little bit too late in the game for doing that. And like the story, again, there's still stuff that's interesting about it, but not interesting enough to be like, I am gripping my seat and I definitely need to find out right now. Like, Danganronpa and Great Ace Attorney and Zero Escape have a lot of moments where you're like, dang, like, I really want to find out what happens next, because I'm so interested in this plot. But this game, I don't really ever really feel that. There's a couple of parts that are like, okay, neat, but it's just not enthralling enough. And again, like, I don't mean to harp on the same points over and over again. I'm still going to finish the game. I'm still hopeful as things get a little bit better, but I know it's not going to get, like, exponentially better. It might just get mildly better at best. But yeah, it's just weird. But playing it on stream with you guys and chatting with you guys while we're doing it makes it so much more bearable. In fact, that almost pushes it into the boundary of like, this is kind of fun. I guess just making fun of it with you guys, I guess. And if you're someone that really likes this game, like, that's fine. Like, I'm not bashing on anyone that says that they like this game, or if it's to their tastes, or if they like things being repeated to them a lot because they forget things, or because they don't follow the story, or this is the level of difficulty and mystery that they prefer. That's totally fine. It's just not for me. It's not for me. Which is such a disappointment, again. I think, because I was talking to Kieran about this, like, the week leading up to this game, I was so excited for it. I kept saying, like, oh, I'm so excited to play Raincode. I really hope it fulfills that itch, because, you know, you guys know I love Zero Escape, Danganronpa, Ace Attorney, 13 Sentinels. I like games with these complex stories that make me think, and that I like being able to, like, constantly be having twists and turns to keep me on my toes in a way that, you know, I can keep making predictions and I keep getting proven wrong, and then the story keeps winding around. But so far, my predictions have been like 80-85% on the mark. So it doesn't really give me that sense of mystery that I've been really craving for. Because again, I know these types of games are really hard to write, so it's really hard for me to fulfill my itch of getting games that are written like those games. And unfortunately, this one just didn't meet the mark. Didn't meet the mark. Never seen this game before, and the first thing you saw of it was, oh, that was probably chapter 0 when he's on the train talking to people. Unless you're talking about like the boat from this chapter. But yeah. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's have a look at Twitch and see if anyone is streaming right now. Ooh. A few people are streaming. Let's see who we should drop in on. Movie not rated in a while. It's me. I better drop in just to make sure that they're not like rating out either. Okay. You know what? Let's drop in on Kieran. He's playing. I thought he was playing Sunhaven earlier, but now he's playing Valkyrie Profile, so I don't know how that happened. But we'll drop in on him. He's always fun to watch. Yeah, thank you so much for coming by. I'm still like despite the fact that I'm disappointed in this game, like I'm still enjoying the streams. I'm just disappointed that I'm not enjoying them as much as I could have been. But say la vie, say la vie. Okay, stick around for a raid, guys, and I will see you tomorrow, Saturday. So yes, tomorrow we'll start chapter 4, and then we'll finish chapter 4 on Sunday, assuming it's going to be 2 streams. And then chapter 5 should be Monday and Tuesday, and then we should be done the game. At least that's what I plan. If not, we'll just do some longer streams. That's fine too. Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming by. And thank you again for all the support, especially on YouTube. Now that we're YouTube partner, that's pretty exciting. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.